Listen, I know it's late. Well, it might still be kind of early where you at. It's 12 something over here where I'm at. But listen, what's up? What's good? What's popping? What's cracking? What's percolating? What's really good in the hood? It is your man Theo Butler, and welcome to I just need to get some stuff up off my chest. Episode. I ain't saying. I'm just saying with the Rock With Me Nation. Shh. Like, share, subscribe. You know what? I don't know why I'm whispering. I'm whispering because I didn't do the whole. I'm gonna talk normal. Before we begin, like, share, subscribe. If you like, leave a constructive comment. If you don't like, leave a constructive. Either way, leave a constructive comment. Why? Because if you know me, grow me, sharing is caring. Yeah. This video. I've been basically kind of feeling this way for a minute now. And, you know, one of them people that can feel one way and still do something different. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm basically done with the MCU. No. Watch this. Even getting Tchalla recast, it's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be the same for me because they went too hard to not recast him. So I never trust him again. Like, nah. They ruined it. They ruined Tchalla for me. And I get it. Some people care, some people don't care. But they ruined Tchalla for me. I don't know if some of y'all will get it, but I'm hoping whether you are for recasting, if you're against recasting, I'm hoping you can just listen and just listen. Just listen. So, as I've said in so many videos, I learned how to read by reading comic books. I did. My vocabulary grew based on the comics that I read. And back then we were reading detective comics, Superman and Batman, Brave and the Bold, Spider-Man. These were stories that were being written on an elementary grade level. Like you had to be able to comprehend the English language. So I read, my vocabulary expanded. The character that I related to early on was Peter Parker. Because he had the glasses and everything like that. He was a nerd. He liked science. I ain't too care of science. But he was a nerd and I could relate to being a nerd. I could. But society back then couldn't relate to me being Peter Parker. It could. And I learned that in too many different ways that I was not Peter Parker in everyday life. And it got worse once I moved to Camilla, Georgia, Southwest Georgia, where the Confederate flag was flying all over the place. I couldn't be Peter Parker. I wasn't a father at the time. I wasn't old, so I couldn't be Bruce Wayne. I wasn't rich. I could relate to the parent thing being done though, because I had lost my mother by then. But when I read this whole thing about Tchalla, y'all don't get it. The ones that see no significance in Tchalla. See, I didn't want to be the kid that grew up in the projects, in the hood, like Sam Wilson, like Luke Cage. I I didn't want to be that kid because I actually was that fucking kid. I was that fucking kid. I didn't want to read about that kid. I wanted to be something different. T'Challa was something different. Something regal. In a day and age where there are so many of us proud to call ourselves bitches, niggas, and hoes and everything, like those are the names we give ourselves. This is a man who says, no, I'm a king. This is a man who will fight himself emotionally before he allows himself to call a female a bitch. That's a dude who will not call himself a nigga, who will make himself, force himself to act like a king and treat women like queens, whether they want to or not. Hell, that's what I want. T'Challa is all that. That's a character. He is. That's the character that I can relate to. So when people say, well, what is it about T'Challa? That's the character that I can relate to. No different than as the young man who tried to check me about Mark Spector and everything like that identifies with Peter Parker. Peter Parker is Jewish. This person feels passionately about how Marvel downplays the fact that Peter Parker is Jewish in the MCU. I get that. I understand that. And if somebody wanted to start a petition today about making sure Peter Parker is represented as a Jewish person, hell, I'd sign it. Because I get it. Representation. Being able to see yourself in something, someone of value. That's what you anti-recasters are missing. Just because you see yourself in Luke Cage don't mean I should. Luke Cage and T'Challa are two different people. Just like Peter Parker and Luke Cage are two different people. If you see yourself in Phastos, the MCU representation, that's fine. That's cool. But I have a right to see myself in T'Challa. I don't see myself in M'Baku. I don't see myself in W'Kabi. And while I might have my hair styled like Eric Killmonger, that's not who I aspire to be. I don't see myself in him. We keep talking about representation. You know what representation starts with first? For you to have representation, you must have respect for the parties you call yourself representing. And regardless of who you are, what demographic you represent, if you're an anti-recaster, basically what you're saying is why you want recasters to respect your wishes, you don't respect theirs. See, you don't, come on somebody. See, the thing is when you talk like somebody else talk, there's no recaster against Shuri wearing the mantle of T'Challa. Come on, I'm saying a Black Panther. Come on somebody. Ain't no recaster opposed to that. Ain't no recaster opposed to Casper Cole wearing the mantle of the Black Panther. Come on, somebody. We're not opposed to that. We're not opposed to someone, a child down the road, father, mother, by T'Challa and Aurora putting on the mantle of the Black Panther. We're not opposed to that. If we want to go back through history and talk about, come on, somebody. If we want to talk about Azuri, come on, somebody. If we want to talk about, I guess this would be the Lost Brother, Sion. If we want to talk about that, if we want to talk about, where we at? Bashinga. Come on, somebody. If we want to talk about King Wakanda. If we want to talk about Queen Nahanda, the first female Black Panther, if we want to go back through history and traverse through all of that, good God Almighty Jesus, I'm down for it. What do I need to sign up? Is there a petition being started up right now? Can we go back and talk about how the Dora Milaje got started? The Adorables, come on somebody, how they used to be the betrothed to the king, but T'Challa said, no, we're not going to do that. Can I get that? So you can bring up all those things. And no recaster would be opposed to it. All of those stories are rich and deserve to be told. And we're here for it. We're here for all of it. But where we draw the line, that toe in the sand, is them removing T'Challa. Period. That's the movement. Me personally, after doing the research in regards to the actor known as Chadwick Boseman, it is reprehensible to me for Marvel to even consider the movie that they're making with this movie. I can see Chadwick Boseman act all day and twice on Sunday. I can't hear him speak about life. That tears me up. That's what we should be focusing on. His words, him speaking as a man, not as an actor. That's how you honor him, and that's how you get to know what his intentions were in regards to people and the character known as T'Challa. Honor Chadwick Boseman. Recast T'Challa. Either way, I'm basically done with the MCU. I ain't saying, I'm just saying.